Well, good evening. Praise the Lord. God bless everyone on another great day that God has made. And He's given us this great opportunity and privilege to rejoice and to be glad in it. I'm Dr. Milton C. Woods. I'm the senior pastor of Bethel Deliverance Tabernacle International, where we are one church in two locations. And you can Google me, the church name, or any of the information to find out all special events that are taking place in our ministry as well as our locations. But we are here tonight to talk to you about reliable sources. That is the name of the program that you see today. The trademark you see on the screen, RS, is simply for reliable sources. And so we want to talk to you about some very important things that's going on in our world today. And when I say world, I mean spiritually and naturally. I mean the church world as well as the secular world. We're going to dive into that today. See what role does God play in it? Does He play any role at all? We're going to talk about a little politics. Does God play a role in the political arena or no role at all? And how prepared are you? What are you going to do about it? So we're going to talk about the state of the world today. We're going to get with you about that in just a little bit. But again, we're excited about another opportunity to be able to present to you another exciting anointed episode of Reliable Sources. So we're here on another magnificent Monday. As we often say, we call it Magnificent Monday because we had such a magnificent Sunday and we're living in the overflow. We're rejoicing about the great things that happened to us on yesterday in our church service. T, God bless you, man.
God bless you, sir.
I appreciate you. Always glad that you are here.
Always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure.
Why don't you let the people know what episode we're on and greet them and whatever. You know how you do.
So everybody, we are on episode 131 for Reliable Sources.
131.
Well, I counted many times. I'm like, we actually 131. Still work on the playlist. But I'm excited for us to be here. Excited for the topic. Just want everybody to know again, YouTube, please, y'all, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Because not only do Reliable Sources here, you can do the join us in our live and just in Bible class,
prayer
service, and Sunday mornings. And one more thing before I wrap this up, we have 66 subscribers here on YouTube now, so we getting there, y'all. So let everybody know why we here and why we doing everything.
That is exciting. That's great news. Again, we're excited about an opportunity to share this information with you. So listen, come on in. We know that you're here. We know you're listening. We know you know that we're on the air. Mm-hmm. So come on in. Let's get ready to get smarter. And we thank you for your participation. And I'm just amazed at how fast these days are going.
Yeah, man.
We're 26 days into the new year already. That is amazing. It's really amazing. Well, hey, God bless you, daughter Velma, daughter Tanya. First of all, I want to thank you for such a great meal on yesterday. And I've been rejoicing, thinking about the word that God gave you on yesterday, how phenomenal and how powerful that was, how life-changing that was. So, wow, that was phenomenal. And I know that you're still rejoicing and enjoying it too. And I had totally forgot that he was sharing with me that he didn't know who it was until he saw him where God had put a lady on his heart in the church, and it was you. And so thank God, and I'm so excited about what happened to you. All right, hey, we tonight. Time is going so fast, and even like now, I'm looking at our clock. It's 7:08, you know, but I'm really talking about not only the time tonight, but I'm talking about just the days, the hours, the weeks, the months, the years. I mean, they're just going so fast. And we're gonna talk about that a little bit tonight too. But hey, hit that share button, everyone. Everyone, please hit that share button. As we often say, if you share, it proves you care. And if you care, you're going to share. So hopefully we can talk about some things that are going to snap all of us into a more attentive, focused, and alert attitude about what's going on today. So today we want to talk about the state of the world, the condition of the world. I'm talking about the church world, the political world, uh, uh, um, the the literal world. We want to talk about that again. Hit that share button. Again, we want to talk about the political world, the Christian world, or the church world, and the secular world. We just want to talk about the world itself, the condition, the state of it. How prepared are you for what's happening now and what's coming? And I really want you to think about that. How are you aware that something could possibly come? Just listening to some of the scientists, and I've been following. By me being a leader in our society, especially the Christian society, and to some people the political arena. Not that I'm a politician, y'all know that, but some politicians depend and pull on me for information, prayer, and what have you. So by me being a leader, I like to keep abreast of what's going on in the world today. And also, I like to know about eschatology, which is simply a study of the end of the world and or the final events that are taking place in the world. So, so when I say that, I'm like, are you sleeping on what's going on? Are you awake? Are you like what the Bible calls sober, alert? Are you watching and praying? And getting back to my point, scientists says that there is another what do they call it? Pandemic that's coming. Something other than bird flu. We know that that's rapid. And last report I got, there was one person that died from that. But are you prepared for this? Psychologically, mentally, spiritually, as your heart right? Are you prepared for these things? So talk to me. Talk to me. Let me know where you are. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what's going on with you regarding these things. T, you want to say something, or you want to?
Like I know a lot of times you and I have conversations about this,
right?
Because me and Bishop, we do pay attention to the politicians a lot.
Yeah.
Again, this not to be fearful, y'all. I do believe something is coming. Whether it's this bird flu or this other pandemic that's supposed to be happening, I just pray to God and believe. Just let's all stay prayed up, be ready to go. Not be ready to go, but be ready to not just look after one another, but look after ourselves and our close ones.
Be ready to deal with.
Deal with it.
Yeah. Remember, I haven't talked to y'all about this in a while, but I talk about the 6 P's, the acronyms for the 6 P's, or actually the word of the 6 P's is proper prior preparation prevents poor performance. Listen to it again. Proper prior preparation, keyword, prevents poor performance. So are you properly prepared for what's happening now and for what's coming? Are you properly prepared for that? If not, and we got to be honest with ourselves. I mean, I know, but I'm gonna wait on you to respond. We got anybody responding already?
Not. She talk about from yesterday. She said, "Thank you, Dad. I'm glad you enjoyed the food, and yes, I'm so thankful to God and still rejoice on the things that God said that I can't remember."
Wow, that was phenomenal. That was really phenomenal. So we want to get to again when we talk about eschatology, we're talking about the study of the end of the world and or the final events in human history. Not only that, but really, are you prepared for this year right now? Where society is right now? Are you prepared politically, socially, and economically to the best of your ability. I want to say that again. Are you prepared for what's going on? See, we even though we know that Satan is the God of this world, according to God, he's the Bible, he's the God of this world. The system is for this world. That's why Jesus said, you are in the world, but you're not of the world. We're in it. We're not of it, but we're in it. So if I'm in it, I need to know what's going on in it. So I won't get caught up into the system of it, be it politically, socially, economically, whatever the case may be. So are you as prepared as you can be politically, socially, economically? Do you think that God is in any of the things that are taking place in our society or in our world? Do you think God is in any of that? Is he playing a political role, non-political role, socially, economically? But I want you to talk back to me, and I want to just throw this out at you while you're getting your thoughts together, because I know you're all going to respond. But have you noticed, and I know you have, T, because you be up on this, all the changes that are happening in the world? I mean, all kind of changes. Mm-hmm. I make this statement a couple times the last couple of weeks. I don't know if everyone has grasped it. When we're in church, I said, this is not just a year of grace, and we thank God for grace. None of us would be here if it was not for grace. God bless you, man of God. Prophet Roberts, Papa John. We were just talking to daughter Tanya about the word that you gave her from the Lord, or the word the Lord gave her. But anyway, have you noticed all of the changes that are happening in the world, like from technology to socially, economically, politically, even the change in the churches? It's changes, man. And have you noticed them? And if you haven't noticed them, then you're asleep. You're not paying attention. You can even sense that something is in the air. One of the things, or one of the spirits that you can feel in the air is that I know I can, is a spirit of fear.
Yeah.
You feel fear, that spirit in the air. And the reason you can feel the spirit of fear is because of the spirit of deception. And more importantly, the spirit that does not recognize who God really is. Because it is impossible to be fearful when you know who God is. So we're going to dive into some of these things. And I need your thoughts. Come on, let's get smarter. All right, what do we got, T?
We have from Sister Tanya. She says, and I got my Facebook open, ready to go. So when it got cut off at, I can catch on reading it. But she has, I really don't get into politics because I really understand what God says concerning the government and how corrupted it is, and how it's going to be one more government and the things of nature. And knowing that I don't put trust or nothing in politics, whoever is in office, I feel that God allowed him to be in office, regardless of who God is behind it all, and he's in the forefront of it. But but mentally, yes, I feel that I am prepared mentally because it is what it is. And it's going to be what? Hold on, I want to go to Facebook right quick so I can finish reading. It's going to be, but what God says is going to be financially. I need to be prepared more for things that's going to be needed if something happens, like dry food, waters, things like that.
It's good. See, and that's great. Thank you, Tanya. I love that response. Whoever gets there, God allows it to happen. Mm-hmm. And, and again, I stated earlier, I don't know if some of you all were there, here rather, when I was talking earlier, I was saying, by me being one of the spiritual leaders, gatekeepers, and I say that humbly. I'm not telling I'm this great, awesome, whoever, but I lead people, and by me being a leader of some people, I have to know what's going on. Just know I don't have to dive into it, but I have to know what's going on politically, socially, economically, so that I can see if God is saying anything to me about any of the aforementioned things that are taking place, so I can know how to relate it to the people of God. But I love what you're saying about whoever is there in office, God allowed it to happen. And sometimes God allows certain things to happen because it's part of his overall agenda.
Right.
And so we panic and get fearful when we don't really know what or have an inkling of what God's agenda is. But I love you being prepared. Remember, I said it just a little while ago. I said again, the 6P acronym, proper prior preparation prevents poor performance. So you want to make sure that you're properly prepared for everything that God has in store for you, so to prevent you from performing in a poor manner. And that's in every aspect of your life. You want to be properly prepared. The best people are the people that are prepared, and you're as prepared as you can be prepared for any catastrophes without being fearful, but you're being prepared. Okay, T, what do we got?
We got from Sister Keisha. She says, I am not fully prepared in every area, but I am progressively prepping. I'm keeping my focus and trusting God.
Amen. And see, I like what she says. She was saying like she's not fully prepared. So that means she's on the road of preparation or completely or fully being prepared. And she's keeping her focus and her trust in God, which we all should be doing. Trust and focus should be in God. Let me tell you something, man. And I thought this was so important. Pastor Brenda and I, we got a call this evening from a saint, and they been diagnosed with just a horrific condition, and they was telling us how they said, but I trust God, and they said I don't want to do what they're asking me to do, all of the machinery and things of that nature, and they say I live holy. They say I know I'm living right, and I trust God. So for them to call Pastor Brenda and I, and to make that proclamation, and I'm listening all the while, and I'm praying, God, how do you want me to respond? How do you want me to handle this? And it just came out before I really knew it. Well, if you believe God and you calling me to believe God with you, then I believe God, we believe God with you. And Pastor Brenda was nodding her head like, amen. But I'm saying that to say, and we prayed, and I'm telling you, the Spirit of God moved. But what I'm saying is this: we're not perfect, but we can live right, we can live holy, and then we can come to God, like the scriptures say. We can come boldly to the throne of grace. That's what God told us to do: come boldly to the throne of grace, that we might obtain mercy and find help in the time of need. So, so that's all part of being prepared, is to live right, so we can trust God right. Praise God. All right. Are there any more comments?
There's not right now.
All right. What I want to do, I'm going to talk a little bit while you're getting yourself together. Remember, we're talking about the state of the world from a Christian standpoint, the church world, the secular world, the political world, the economic world, everything, socially. And are you noticing the changes that have taken place in our society? I mean, you can't go to sleep. I love what daughter Tanya said. She says, and I agree with her. She said, I don't get into politics because the government and politics, they're corrupt. And she's spot on. Not all of them, but the ones that do the controlling.
Yeah.
Your main ones that's calling the shots. They are just being real. But then there's some politicians that I have a relationship with. We're not friends, but we have relationships, and they depend on me for certain things. So I have to sort of stay cued in, so to speak, so I'm aware of what's going on. But you don't want to be asleep with the things that's going on. You don't want to be always playing catch up. Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't know that was happening. Oh, I didn't know that was happening. At least get in your Bible and pray. Talk to the Lord. Live a consecrated life so you won't be overwhelmed, sucker punched, bamboozled, blindsided, whatever terminology you want to use. You want to be up on what's going on, because this is part or the entrance of what we call eschatology. Again, it's the study of the end of the world, mm-hmm. and or the final events of human history. So we want to be aware for all of that. Was there some on your heart, T?
I agree. I like what you were saying, because we gotta. I remember I told Bishop this after the election, who won, whoever, y'all know who won, and I started watching it because the one thing that irks me a little bit, they kept pointing fingers instead of just like, okay, y'all, this is where we at. Let's try to move best from that. I think finally they did, but for me, it's like we're here now. Yeah. Yes, it's a disappointment. Yes, and yes, I was crushed too. But at the same time, it's okay. That showed me put more faith in God, and trying to pick up and just do what I need to do to make things better, not just for me, but for my family too. It's like you said, that's the reason I'm bringing it up, because we got to be more prepared.
Yeah, you got to be good, and we got to be more alert. Mm-hmm. Again, technology is changed, and I want you to think about this. No matter what kind of technology we have in our homes, be it on the television, laptops, computers, phone. Hey, let me tell you, this just came to me. Y'all probably already knew this. Mm-hmm. But it really came to me Saturday. I think it was Saturday. And I know some of y'all, because y'all be up on stuff more than me, but I like to believe it was the Lord that allowed me to know this. Have you ever noticed, first of all, how we all have cell phones? We all have them. We don't like to go anywhere without them. Come on, y'all. Yeah. We all have cell phones. Yeah. And this is what just came to me, since we're talking about technology. Again, what is this called, T?
Cell phone.
Say the first word again.
Cell.
All right. This is what came to me. When you go to prison, they put you in a cell. So if I'm always on this cell phone, I'm in prison. Mm. It's a cell. And unfortunately, me included, we all have a cell phone. Yeah. Everything about us, more than we realize, is known about us. Mm-hmm. When you're in a cell, when you're in a prison cell, they know everything about you. They know where you are, age, birthday. They know when you're getting out, etc., etc., etc. So I'm saying that with technology, and I know we're using technology now, so I'm careful with my words, but with technology, it's a way of keeping us in the cell. It's a way of keeping us locked up, and you can't really move without it. So I'm not here beating you upside the head and telling you that you need to throw your cell phone away. It just dawned on me Saturday. So technology is changing. Have you noticed how? And I know y'all have. How there's almost no direct interaction with people. Mm-hmm. How I can have friends in Russia, China, wherever, never met them, but we communicate on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. Have you noticed how? And I know you have. How how sociology has changed. Like, for instance, all of the self checkout. You can get credit on approved for credit online, mm-hmm. drop money in your account. You can buy a home, a car online. You go to the bank, you don't have to talk to a teller. You used to get insert your card, you don't have to insert your card. You just swipe it now. There's self checkouts at grocery stores. and the list goes on and on and on. Things that are eliminating the social atmosphere as we once knew it. I mean, it's really, really, really something for us to pay attention to. How that really the one world government is being formed. And Tanya touched on it a little bit earlier with her comment. I mean, self-service gas stations.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like that. I mean, you know, I'm probably older than most people, if not all, that are on the line on the program now. But some of y'all still remember. I know I do. When I used to pull up to a gas station, they ask how much you want. You would say fill it up, $10, $15, whatever. They check your air, check your oil, wipe your windshield, back windshield. They did all of that while you were getting gas. They'll put the gas holder in there, and while it's running gas, they'll check your tire and wipe the windows. And they did all of that. It was called a full service gas station or filling stations. Matter of fact, that's what they used to call them, filling stations, because you can get everything filled up from there. And if you needed windshield wiper fluid in your car, they put it in for free. I mean, all of this stuff. And now, and I remember when it first came out, it irked me, it irritated me. I got to go pay you to pump my gas. You know what I mean? You know, and now it's just a common thing. You know, that's where it is now everywhere. I remember I had to preach right outside of Portland, Oregon years ago. And when I went to Portland, or right outside, while I was in Salem, I think, I went to pump my gas, and and they told me I couldn't do it. You know, they say, oh, it's against the law for you to pump your own gas here. But anyway, we're dealing with all these technical changes. And so we have to acknowledge it, and we got to be ready to deal with it. Things have already changed. I mean, any device from a technology standpoint that we have possession of is something we haven't seen yet, because they're not going to give you something that they ain't. They got all stuff already in the pipe.
They're still testing it out.
Absolutely. So we can see the technical changes. We can see the social changes. The economical changes. Who would ever thought? And I know y'all know this years ago. You know, now they're talking about they quit printing money in 2017 bills. Now they've been quit printing pennies, because they said it cost 3 cents to make 1 cent. And so they cut all of that out. But whoever thought that we would be going back to coins, which we were doing, you know, in the 17th, 18th century. I'm sorry, 18th and 17th, 18th centuries. But now we're going back to coins, and it's, you know, Bitcoin is they're eliminating that, and they're getting ready now to only deal with other types of digital currencies like crypto, so forth and so on. So everything's changing, y'all. And you got to recognize that these are part of the things that God told us to beware of. All right, T, you wanted to add something to this?
Don't read these comments. I'm going to go back down. I'm going to make my point. But Sister Tanya says here, she says, yes, sir, I have said it so many times. It's a human tracking device.
Yes. Yes, it is. You're spot on, daughter. Yes, it is. All right, what else we got?
Kita also said, yep, she's talking about the full service.
Oh, yeah, gas. Yeah. Yeah, for real. All right, what else
we got? Sister Tanya again. She continues saying, your phone number now is required for just about everything, and it's connected. That's very true.
Ain't that the truth? For real.
Yeah, it's connected to you, and everything you do on your phone, you have to enter your phone number to access things.
Yep.
That's very much true.
That is really something. Yeah. And I like what she said earlier. It's really just a human tracking device.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't want nobody knowing my information. Hey,
you have your location. Sometimes you have your location.
You are too late. They already know everything about you.
You may have your location. Sometimes they're gonna track the phone. Yeah. Maybe just be the radius of the area. They may have a pinpoint on you, but they're gonna track the phone.
Yeah. Your phone tells you everything about how you gonna have all this stuff, all these accounts and so forth and so on in your phone, and think that they're not gonna know what's going on. All right. Hey, God bless Pastor Fonz. Thank God for you, man of God. We're talking tonight about the state of the world. We're talking about technology. We're talking about politically, socially, economically, technology. We're talking about all of that, just the state of the world from a Christian, state of the church, state of politics, what role, if any, they play pertaining to the church. That's where we are talking about how Jesus, Bible tells us that God calls Satan the God of this world. And anytime somebody's the God of anything, that they have their own laws and principles and systems. And so and then Jesus said, you're in the world, but you're not of the world. So how do I need to function? Because Jesus plainly said, we're in the world, but you're not of the world. So, and I know one of the key things he told us to do is to render unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and unto the Lord what belongs to the Lord. So now I have to learn how to decipher the two. And I'm so grateful to God that I'm not worrying about stuff. And concerned about things, but not worrying about anything. Because why worry about something that you have no control over? So anyway, hopefully, Pastor Fonz, that helped you. If not, we'll throw it at you again. All right, T, what we got?
Mr. Rick comes with us saying, no more cursive writing. I have noticed that. No more cursive writing has been taught. Eliminate signatures, a form to a face-to-face identification.
Isn't that amazing?
Did you think
Thank you for that, Minister Rick. That's really good.
The iPhone, mainly the iPhone, so far that I know of, sometimes you put a passcode in, like not time you need your face.
Yeah.
You need your face to do that.
I done that today. Pretty much everything that I have locked up. I used to use my password. Very seldom. They may ask me to use my password to confirm that I'm doing whatever the transaction may be. But for the most part, it's facial identity. Because even like all this stuff means something, y'all.
Because even like when you something about asking your essential, when you're doing stuff on your iPhone, you still put that in. It's still like it's crazy how it is now. Think about, especially with the face. But like still going back to technology though. Elon Musk, he's trying to make robots look like more human,
right?
And
doing it,
and doing it.
Yeah,
it's like right now what we seen. I think we've seen the default version. So once he master it, I'm scared that when he does master it, that's gonna be scared. I won't say scared, be like, oh, okay, well, here, like you said, God said it was coming, so here it is.
Yeah.
But I know y'all seen that they got these things on phones, on computers. You can make your own girlfriend, an AI girlfriend. Or AI, well, it's mostly AI girlfriends, not boyfriends yet, but it's definitely AI girlfriends. You can make her how you want to make her, have a voice. It's crazy. The reason I'm bringing that up, you talking about there's no face-to-face talking.
Right.
And I believe that's also playing a part of being fearful because nobody don't trust nobody no more.
Yeah,
I'm guilty. I'm guilty of that too.
And it makes all of us, but I think it makes all of us feel like that. But I think what the thing that God wants us to be or do is alert, aware.
Yeah.
Of what's going on, and we're going to get some more comments here. What else we got? Thank you for those comments, though.
We got from Cousin Keisha. She said, "Praying for things with the waving of a hand."
Yeah.
I'm sorry, pain.
Yeah.
Pain. Yeah.
I remember probably maybe 2015, if not before then. It blew my mind. I went to check in at the airport, and I had an option. This was 10 years ago, maybe longer. I had an option of sticking my hand in the device. We were, Pastor and I are part of the what do you call that? Quick pass when you go through the
little
I can't call it, but it even come to you with said. But anyway,
fast line. It's like fast line.
No, it's something else. It's a whole nother. It's a fast line, but they call it something else. But anyway, they couldn't. My driver's license or whatever wouldn't scan properly. So they told me to take my 2 fingers and put it on this pad. And I put it on that pad, to confirm that it was me. I put it on that pad and my picture popped up. My name and everything. They said, all right, Mr. Woods, you can go. And as a matter of fact, they walked me to security and I went through. That happened to me a few times when they, for whatever reason, they didn't recognize my license. They didn't recognize it. And they said, put your 2 fingers, just put them on this pad. And I put them on the pad, and a picture that I had taken with a black Adidas jogging suit on popped up, and that was me. And so away I went. So anyway, these are all kind of ways. These are things that they have to keep up with us. All right, what do we got?
We got from Trinity. She says the dollar store is no longer a dollar store. Even some thrift stores have put out outrageous prices, somewhere in the hundreds of some of the items in their stores. Inflation has changed so much towards the point to where some of the cheapest of stores is becoming hard to shop at.
Isn't that the truth, man? Mm-hmm. For real. Thank you, Trinity. They need to quit calling it a dollar store.
Yeah.
If anything, it's only a few items that you can get for $1. I mean, well, it's only $1.25. Well, that's $1.25, and it's not $1. Yeah. So, but it is. It's outrageous. It's really something. And thank God that we're alert and we're aware of what's going on. All right, what else we got, T?
Sister Tanya comes by saying the updates are mandatory for your phone now, so they can continue to track everything you do, and to give access to different apps, and on the back wall of the app, controlling and monitoring you.
Isn't that something? She is so spot on. On my tablets and my phone, it mandates an update. It's almost like you can't function without the update. So you're right. All of these are things, y'all, that we have to be aware of, and we got to stop majoring in minor things that is unimportant. It's don't let anyone drag you into a fight. Yeah. And I don't necessarily mean physical, but I mean it can be mental, verbal, or whatever the case may be. But you don't want to get involved in something that you really don't need to get involved in, and you really got to stay alert and stay aware of everything. All right, T, what else we got?
Pastor Thomas says this AI technology is starting to take over the world. It's crazy.
Yeah, it really is, man. And y'all check. Thank you for that, Pastor. And y'all check stuff out thoroughly before you just buy into stuff and accept stuff. Yeah. You don't want to get tied up into something that you can't get out of. It used to tell me when I was a kid, and it's so true today more than ever. They say trouble is easy to get into and hard to get out of. So you don't want to do something that's going to cause you to be dragged into trouble or jeopardize something that has taken you years to build up, like your good name, your good credit, or whatever the case may be, and someone screw that up for you. All right, what do we got, T?
Mr. Rick comes with us saying they also use your phone to create algorithms, which creates a profile of you.
Man, isn't that something?
Yep.
Isn't that something?
Especially you go to Google and search something, they will track that and try to see what your likes, your dislikes, and all that other stuff.
Yeah, I was looking for a car. This was a few months ago. I'm still looking for a car. And the type of car I was looking for, every time I get on Facebook or on my computer and Google anything, all these type of cars that I like pop up. All of just like, okay, this is what he likes. So let's show him all of these. It's really something, man. Thank you for that, Minister Rick. Spot on again. All right, what else we got here?
Because the kitchen said you can catch some of these news anchors freezing like they're robots. I haven't seen that, but
really?
But I remember what Marcus was telling you about how they using AI. Was it LeBron talking? Or was he was talking about somebody.
No, I remember because I thought it was LeBron. When they fired their coach, and the LeBron was. I said, Marcus, man, come and look out at LeBron dogging this coach out. And Marcus came down. I mean, he was wearing the former coach, not the current coach, because he got fired. And Marcus said, wait a minute, Daddy. He said, let me check this out. And he did his little research or whatever, and it was AI generated. LeBron. And I say, man, it looked like him, sound like him, mannerism, and it wasn't him. But they had me, so imagine how many other people that didn't have a Marcus by them, that they may think that was LeBron. But you're right. You're right, Minister Rick. You're spot on. All right, what else we got?
We got from Sister Time. She says Elon Musk is so much I can see about him, but I don't want to put it on here. Pastor Thomas says
you are a wise woman, daughter.
Pastor Thomas says clear, and going back up with Sister Taya, she says it's like a VIP line at. I think it was a VIP line at the airport, progressive line. I think progressive line. So that's what she's saying.
Yeah. Man, it's really something, y'all. And we don't have anything to be scared of.
Yeah,
we don't have to go into panic mode. Let me give you some scriptures why in just a minute. But go ahead on, team. Give me some more.
Yep. Because Keisha come back and say some people like wannabe ministers, preachers are using AI for their sermons.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that lady that Marcus showed us.
Yeah. Yeah, man, we saw Marcus showed us.
Oh my goodness.
This lady, a message that Bishop Jakes preached about maybe 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
And they put the messages side by side. She said everything that Jake said. I'm talking about recently.
Verbatim. Like word for word.
Like
word for word.
Even the gestures that Jakes used and the rise and the voice tone up and down. And I said, man, it's crazy. But I hope he's not watching. It was not that bad. But I have a good associate. We're small business partners together. Mm-hmm. He's in another state, and he's saved, and he's a millionaire, great businessman, and really he's mentored me in some stuff. But here's my point. He was telling me how. Now he told me this probably 4 or 5 years ago, how AI generates his messages. He said he'll give it a topic. Mm-hmm. And AI does the rest. And so, because he speaks to a whole group of people that are not church. Most of them are not church. Mm-hmm. And really, to tell the truth, they're hosted cowboys. And he has this big ranch, and he has a real tree house. I mean, a real house built in the tree. And he'd be trying to get Pastor and I to come out and take a vacation. Pastor said, I don't want to stay in the tree. It's a real tree house. I think he said it's like 2,100 square feet, and it's in the trees. It's like a guest house that they use. But anyway, so he uses AI for sermons. I thought about that when someone mentioned that. And we have to really, again, just be alert. What do you got, T?
I think, and this is just me, y'all, when you want to use AI, I believe you can use maybe let's say, you're trying to come up building for the church. Like you ask AI, like how would the church look like this or that? I think it's good for giving you a good illustration of what you're trying to do. I think that's fine. But when you tell the AI to make it for you and that's not you, that's not you.
But yeah, and for real, it's really not. And then when you think about it, you want the mind of God when you're preaching to people. Yeah. You don't want to be preaching someone else's sermon. Mm-hmm. You sure don't want to be preaching a robot sermon,
right?
So
it's not you, and that's why I feel like if I'm working on a story, I may ask for help with punctuations or where I put commas and stuff like that, but I don't want the AI to do that for me because that's not me.
Absolutely,
that's not me.
Absolutely. Y'all, this is really good. I think we're gonna have to. We got about 10 more minutes. All right,
so we got from Pastor Thomas again. You got to be careful of these apps. They're randomly pop up on your phones. It unlocks things. That's why I don't click on nothing. Pastor Thomas, you are absolutely right. You are absolutely right.
Yeah. And thanks for the heads up. I hope all this information that everybody's giving us. Remember at the top, I said let's get smarter. I hope all this information we're taking it in so that we will be smarter. All right, what else we got?
We have from Trinity. She says, I have seen AI pretty much everywhere on the internet and in real life. To those AI controlled cars that don't even follow traffic laws, to restaurants, even having AI controlled drive does and neither work properly. And with these AI cars, you can't even stop them unless you call the company to come to you to stop the car. I remember the story you told us.
Yeah. I remember I saw that, and it had a passenger in it. And it was just, I'm like, my God, this is crazy. So yeah, I'm not ready to ride in no car.
I'm telling you.
That's driven by a robot.
I'm telling you, I'm not ready for it
yet. All right, what else we got here?
We also got Pat said exactly and authentic.
Yes.
I'm gonna put this up right quick for y'all right quick. All right, there we go. And going to cousin Keisha, she says Siri, Google, and the rest of them responds to conversations that they weren't asked about. They are listening. How many times, Bishop, we'll be talking that Siri would just randomly pop up?
Yeah. And start getting
right now.
Like
right now. See? Right now.
Just y'all didn't do that, but right now, Siri just got in our conversation.
Just got in the conversation.
And I don't know if y'all saw this, but there was a class action lawsuit against Siri for that. They found out they were being recorded and part of a conversation privately. And they won. There was a lawsuit and they won. Yeah. So it's you spot on though. As soon as you say that, it popped up. And then they got this new one called Gemini.
I heard Gemini.
Yeah, I know. And I say, man, it's it's gone. You know,
like it's Siri, Alexis. I don't want Alexis in the house.
real. I'm very alert to a lot of this stuff. And again, I'm like whoever that was earlier that said we can we just gotta not be fearful, but stay in tune and someone earlier say, that was Keisha said I can be better prepared. Yeah, and that's how I feel. I'm prepared, but I want to be better prepared. And so we're on the road to get better prepared, and that's what Reliable Sources is helping us do right now. And even now with us talking, we have to be careful about some of the verbiage that we use here because we don't want to get shut down.
I'm sorry, cousin Keisha said. She said, "See, Siri told on yourself." But,
yes.
Oh Lord. Yes. Sister Kita said, "This may sound weird. Lately, if I'm having a conversation with someone while the TV is on, the television would say or some that same or show the same thing that things that we're talking about, or my Google app will suddenly come on and start recording me without me even asking."
Man, no, that don't sound weird.
That don't sound weird at all.
Yeah, it just happened to Terrence and I just a
few seconds ago.
And Pastor and I was earlier today, said today or yesterday. Anyway, we were talking, and it just started talking. It just started like recording us, And so now that you have to really be careful. You can have your phone locked, and sometimes it's still a dial people. Or it hit record. So these are things, and the world is moving so fast, at such a fast pace, until it's almost hard to check everything because you're trying to keep up with the pace or the flow. I like the word pace better of what the world is doing, and because again, Jesus said, "You are in the world, but you're not of the world." And because we're in it, if we're not careful, we can get caught up in the pace of the world instead of going at the pace that God would have us to go at. So this is really good. Y'all really helping me get smarter and blessing me. All right, look like Kiki made a.
Oh yeah, I read how she went to say it. I got you, Sister Keita. Don't worry. But we got from Sister Marcinda.
Yes,
she says. This is so true. While in Buffalo, New York, Sister Val and I were using a GPS to go to Walmart. We just mentioned Pepsi, and it said yes, Walmart sells Pepsi, and we laughed about that for a while. I mean, okay, it is funny, but at the same time, it's serious. It's serious though, because again, like what happened with Siri. Because normally with iPhones, you just push a button and ask for Siri to say something. Yeah. Your phone, you ain't touched your phone. Siri just came on.
You didn't touch it.
Came on.
I don't even think my voice trajectory.
It couldn't have, because I said I'm the one that said Siri.
It's really something,
Right.
We got some more stuff here. Seeing like they did okay.
I just read okay. So
we just got daughter Marcella.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Pastor Thomas comes with saying. So we all got to be careful.
That's right. It's right, man of God. You're spot on. We got to be careful, y'all, about everything. We got It used to be and still is. You got to be careful of the people that you let in your life, and you still got to be careful about that. But you got to be careful what devices you get. What I mean, some of these games and movies and videos, they look so real. They're so real. And what you call these big things that they have, like they want a bigger mural, is it, or something like that? When they had to pick pictures of people.
Oh, like a little 3D image of mural.
Yeah. Some of that stuff looks so real. So we really gotta, as Pastor Thomas said, be careful. Yeah. All right, what else we got?
We got from Sister Keita. She says that this is very true. Said, do y'all remember when they said people should cover up the cameras on your computer or TV? Yes, you are definitely right. You're absolutely right about that.
Maybe we need to cover up our phones.
maybe.
Yeah, for real, with all this stuff going on. Yeah, I remember that.
Remember that.
Yeah, what else we got?
We got from Sister Tanya. She says, I will get so upset when I'll be holding a conversation with somebody and Siri butts in.
Yes.
I'll be talking to him like it's a person telling me to shut up. I'm not talking to you.
hey, on that note, I know some of y'all have probably heard me preaching on Sunday morning.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm talking, and then Siri just come and get in my conversation. So, I really been thinking about it, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to start preaching with my notes and not my tablet, so that we won't have interruption or either the possibility to record something and throw back that I've said, even though we're filming.
Right.
But all right, yeah, it's a really good point, Tanya. Thank you for that. All right, what else we got?
Stephanie comes with us saying, it is scary sometimes. I don't have a certain conversation with my phone or other devices in the room.
That's good. That's really good. That is really, really good. All right. She says she don't have certain conversations with her phone or
other devices.
Yeah, that's really good. That's a lesson for all of us, and that's the way that we all can get smarter. All right, what else we got, T?
Sister Linda comes up saying, absolutely and totally.
Yeah. And again, y'all, it's a tremendous blessing to be able to decipher the difference between when something can help us and when something can hurt us, when we should use it and when we shouldn't use it, and when we should receive from it and when we shouldn't receive from it. I'm talking about any device. And so we got to really be careful about these things. All right, what else we got?
Sister Tammy comes with saying, yes, I cover my camera on my computer monitor at work right now.
That's great, y'all. Yeah. And I'm glad, Kiki, Tammy, I'm glad y'all brought that up, because that's something that we need to start doing, so that the less access we allow the world to have to us, the better off we are. Okay, what else we got?
So the Linda, she agreed with
yeah, I told you.
Said me too.
Help us get smarter, y'all. Help us get smarter.
Yeah. Oh, then we got from Stephanie comes back saying these devices have a mind of their own, and if you don't change your permission, your permission will do that. They won't do. Wait, I'm trying to read that again. Say these devices have a mind of their own, and if you don't change your permissions, will do what they want to. Will do what they want to.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. So we got to be. We can't hold the same thing too long, too often, and man, it's really sad. And I'm really getting the mindset of changing passwords. Yeah. Because when you have several, I guess you could say devices or entities that you have access to, you don't want the same password on all password. They tap into one. They got everything all that you have. Yeah. All right, we got you ready to wrap up. What do we got here?
We got two from. We got one for Tanya and one for Sister Keita. And Sister Tanya says, I agree with you, Tammy. There's a computer that I have used here at work, the monitor and the card, so that I could work on and have to run with an electrical final test on it. And it has a camera on it, and I'll take a piece of tape and cover over it, because they're watching everything that I am doing with this card, watching me while I'm working on the card, you trust me enough to give me the job and the title to work on the car. Then you're watching me.
Yep.
And to continue on. Okay, that's it. Yeah. Okay. That's it.
I mean, if you trust him to give me the title, the position, whatever the case may be, while you're watching, and especially I know you've been there for years, so you've proven your worth. We're going to go about 5 more minutes because I want to share something. I know our time is gone, but I want to share something right before we get off the air. Let's get Kiki in.
Kiki, sorry, Sister Kita said, lately more now than ever, faithfuls keep denying my posts when I post about God.
Really?
I'm not surprised about that, because when you preach about God, like they would do their best to get rid of it, or they say you're speaking of hate speech. I'm like, I'm talking about God.
Talking about God, and it's a hate speech.
That's something. I saw it with somebody like that before. I'm like, somebody just talking about God.
Wow. Hey, but anyway, let me give you this. Y'all got some more things. We got a few more moments because this is so good, and I want to make sure that we're pretty thorough and clear before we get off the air tonight. But just going back to the things that I was saying about technology, replacing so many things. Again, I want to just go over this to you. I think it was really, really important for us to hear this. There's not much human interaction anymore. Everything is self-service, as I said. Everything such as self-service gas stations, self-service banks, self-service checkouts at grocery stores or department stores. You can almost have access to almost anything without communicating with the human being. And then everybody has a recording now, to where you're talking to a recorder. Sometimes you never get to a human being. There's some, unfortunately, financial institutions like that. Your finances. So you got to be careful where you put your finances at now, because you need to be able, when you're dealing with, I don't care if it's digital currency, some Bitcoin, crypto, or is it just any financial institutions, there's a point in time when you need to talk to a person.
Yeah.
And so you don't want to be putting your important stuff like your finances or any other personal business, and you can't talk to a human being.
Right.
You want to be able to talk to somebody. So you got to be careful where you put stuff at. Now, this is what God really dealt with me about. I think it was Thursday or Friday of last week. I want to read to you Matthew 9 and 12. When you get a chance, you can read it. I'm just going to read this one verse out of verse number 12. And it's simple. Let's read 11 and 12. Matthew 9, 11 and 12. It says, and when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto his disciples, why eateth your master with publicans and sinners? But when Jesus heard that, and this is what he spoke to me, he said unto them, he that be whole need not a physician, but they that are sick. He's saying that whole people don't need a doctor, but people that are sick need a doctor. And what God was dealing with me is to encourage his people everywhere. As difficult times come, and they're going to come, and I'm not preaching negativity, this is just real talk. He's telling me to tell you all, because I got it for me, and I got to make it work for me. You make it work for you. When he says, he that is whole don't need a physician, doesn't need a doctor, but they that are sick, he said, every time there's a need, I'm always there. So he's saying when times get tough, whenever there's a need, he's going to be there. Like the woman that had the issue of blood for 12 years, he was there. He made her whole. When the children of Israel was in the waste-howling wilderness, and they hadn't eaten, and he rained quail from heaven. They had a need. As a matter of fact, in Deuteronomy chapter 8, he said he suffered, or he allowed them to hunger so he could feed them, to remind them that man doesn't live by bread only, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Lord do man live. By every word. But now here's the key. The scriptures say he suffered. That word suffer means allow. He allowed them to get hungry so he can prove to them that he's Jehovah Jireh. I'm your provider. And so as things get tough and things get God wants us to remember that as we search, and I can give you stories, real stories, not parables, but some parables, but I can give you stories in the Bible where there was famines, where it was tough, there was water, there wasn't food, they needed healing, there were pestilences. Jesus showed up and met the needs. We're plethora throughout the Bible, these kind of stories. And I'm telling you, he was ministering to my spirit. Whenever there's a need, God always shows up. And I want you to remember that. So even though we're in the world and the world is panicking and fear is everywhere and the spirit of deceit is rampant, you stay focused on what you know. You stay locked into God and know that God said that he would supply, he would provide all of our need according to his riches and glory, not by our social status, not by the economy, not by politicians, but by or according to his riches that are in glory. So I want you to do that. And one of the things that I want to tell you, and we got to do this, y'all. Now I'm deviating a little bit, and we're going to get Steph remark. And if there's any more, please do them right quick so we can get off the air. But this doctor, and I'll maybe I don't have access to it now, but I'll try to get it for chance for you to post, for him to post it so y'all can get it. But this retired physician, he's a medical doctor. I forget how many years he's been a doctor. And he says his words. He's a retired physician. He says, don't go to the doctor to live longer. He said, only go if you're in a car accident because they're not going to extend your life. And he said, I'm going to protect. And you can Google him and get all of his credentials and everything. And that's what he said. He said, learn how to take care of yourself. He said, read up on herbs and things of that nature. Learn how to get the proper stuff in your system. You know, and I told y'all this before, and it bears repeating. Think about this. God could have made us from trees. He could have made us from the bark of a tree. He could have made us from any other kind of mass or material, but he made us from the dirt. He made us from the dust of the earth. And I told you before I done a research on that. Think about it. Years ago, dirt was considered, if it was good dirt, it was considered fertilizer. But in the 60s, they came and started inventing fertilizer and putting it over the original dirt, which was fertilizer that was made from. And so that's when all of our food started getting messed up. So you just been around for a while. You all these conditions and stuff that's going on now. We didn't have all these back in the 60s and 70s. Of course, not in the 40s and 50s. It wasn't heard of. But when we were made from dirt. And I told you the story how my mom, I used to see her eat dirt. And I didn't know why. I'm like, I don't know, 7, 8 years old. So I started eating dirt because she would eat it regularly. And I'd be like, man, and she eat it like it's good. And I ate it several times and it did not taste like nothing. Could understand why my mom was eating it. But when I got saved and I read that we were made from dirt, I said, oh, the nutrients, the minerals that our body need was in the dirt. So my mama was eating the dirt to get the nutrients and minerals in our bodies. And again, with my research, I found out that every disease, and this has also been confirmed by the Nobel Peace Prize winning Dr. Pinus, said every disease that's in our body is direct result of mineral deficiency. Y'all hear that? Why do you think it's all this noise about mineral water? And because they made the world realize minerals are important, but some of the mineral water ain't nothing but water from somebody's faucet. And I'm telling you what I know. Another message, another time. Here's my point, dear hearts, is that our bones, our heart, every organ in our body needs minerals. So we gotta find the right herbs to help put the right minerals in our body, so our bodies would be what God had designed them to be. So our liver and kidney and heart and all of these things would function properly. Again, Dr. Pinus said that when your body is properly alkaline, it's impossible for any disease to live in your body. Didn't say that it wouldn't come, but it couldn't live there. it lived there because our body is not alkaline properly. In other words, we don't have the appropriate minerals in our body. So anyway, let's learn to depend on God. Let's do what we're supposed to do. Depend on God. And let's watch God work. All right, we're gonna get these comments. Man, I love y'all so much. Thank you for making me smarter. All right, keep
Stephanie says it's a double-edged sword. Cameras can be beneficial.
Yeah,
they can be used to be added security, keeping you safe, and that's usually how they get you to trust them. But let a hacker get a hold of your stuff, and they can turn your life upside down.
Wow.
There's nothing that the world can't do or won't corrupt if we allow it.
Steph, thank you for that. That is phenomenal. It is spot on. Now, you know, Pastor Brenda, she's a sharp daughter. She ordered a camera to detect cameras because we spend so much time in hotels. She want to make sure that nobody's spying on us.
Right.
You know, but like you said, it's a two-edged sword. You know, it can help and it can harm us. So thank you for that, Steph. Appreciate it. What else we got, T?
And last we got from Sister Time, she says even dogs go back and eat dirt when they're sick because they know that the nutrient is in the dirt and it certainly leaves.
And they got more sense than us. And God made us the smartest creatures that he made and gave us authority. All right, we got anything else?
Mr. Rick says every mineral that's in the dirt is in our bodies.
That's the truth. That's right. You know, well, it used to be in there. We've worn it out with getting older and not keeping it in there. And so we got to find a way to put it back in. Thank you for that, Minister Rick. Hey, y'all, this has been a great topic. We may pick up on it again next week. Let's see what Kenyatta said. That's my mama. We'll pick up on it next week. Thank y'all for helping us get smarter. It's been really good. Take care of yourself. Stay alert. Remember, the Bible tells us to walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the times, for the days are evil. Let's make sure we do that, y'all. And just be alert. Just be alert. And let's get better prepared. Again, the 6P acronym. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So let's prepare for everything. Love y'all much. We'll pick this up next week. God bless. Remember, if somebody's bringing you information and they may be reliable, if they're bringing you a lie and they don't know about it, there's no longer reliable. They are reliant. Always make sure that your sources are reliable. Until next time, remember to go with God. He will go with you. And have a blessed rest of your night. God bless.